Hello, everybody.
Hello.
This is Irandre and Lakeisha, or Dre and Keisha.
Dre and Keisha.
And we're just going to talk a little bit about some of the things that we do. One of the things we are is an entrepreneur. We're entrepreneurs. And right now, it's a lot going on in the world and in society and all that stuff. And this is a great time for us to talk about our relationship, our time we spend with one another.
Hey.
The fact that we're parents.
Your mom.
The fact that we're members of a church.
Yes.
We are in ministry.
Yes, we are.
But guess what? We have a passion. We have a passion to be able to reach out to people and help them become entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So again, my name is Irandre, and I'm going to let my wife Lakeisha do a little bit of the talking right now.
Okay, so hi everyone, and thank you for tuning in. It's hey mom, hey, we miss you. So we're just on here to late birds. Yes. We don't have a schedule right now, and so we just been enjoying each other, enjoying this time, and enjoying our new schedule. So we decided to go ahead and do a late night talk with Dre and Keisha.
Hold on real quick. Let me clarify something. We don't have a 9 to 5 schedule in a traditional sense. We do have more of a non-traditional schedule.
Yes.
We're enjoying it. Things are falling into place. Things are becoming more consistent as far as our day-to-day activities. But it's we're learning, and we just holding on to God and embracing a whole different life, a whole new lifestyle that we really enjoy.
Miss you guys too. Awesome. So one thing I do want to talk about. We're going to talk about three things on tonight. Not really long. Thank my husband for allowing us to have this time together to share with you all. First thing first, our story, a little bit about ourselves. Me and my husband were originally from Flint, Michigan. Woo, 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 woo. So we are Flintstones, and we live in Nashville, Tennessee. Yes, well, the Nashville area. So God has elevated us on the outskirts of the city, so that is a blessing. But God has just been good, and I do have to say this. I never would have thought that I would be at this place in my life at this moment with this man.
God is good.
God is good.
And to God be the glory.
To God be the glory. And it's just been a blessing, and it's just been a learning experience, and just going forward and moving in with God. And so for those of you that don't know, you can feel free to go back and watch the video. For those of you that don't know, just a little bit about ourselves. This is our second go round. Second go round in marriage. Yes, our second go round in marriage. And you want to talk a little, well, I'll talk a little bit about it. So, what was it, 2 years ago, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so about 2 years ago, the Lord was dealing with me, and I was praying, and I was seeking God, and it was our son, began to be our son. He was going to be graduating soon. So this was his junior year. Right. This was his junior year, and I had reached out to his father. At the time, he was living in Pontiac, Michigan, I do believe. And I didn't know what he was going through or what situation he was going through in Michigan, in that area, because at that time, we wasn't married, we wasn't together, we was communicating, and we were co-parenting for our son, and that was it. I have to be honest.
She talking about me when she said the child's father.
The child's father. I'm talking about my husband.
So this ain't no Maury Povich thing.
Right. No, it's not. And so I just began to see God, and one day the Lord was like dealing with me. I was driving and I was on my break, and the Lord was like, call your son's father. And I was like, huh? What? I don't even talk to this man like that. I'm being honest, women, and those of you that's watching. And so I began to call him, and he answered the phone. I think I might have sent him a text, and I was like stuck for words, and I kind of erased it a couple times. And I'm like, God, is this really you? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? I don't know the reason why I'm supposed to be getting in contact with him. Now, the Lord said be obedient. So I had to be obedient, and I was so scared, and I was so nervous because we was we talking on the phone at that time, babe?
Yes, you talking about co-parenting, so we
was we was just handling business.
As far as being a parent, so like child support stuff, I was paying child support happily, but I was paying it. It was as much as some people's rent. Not here, the Nashville area.
Right.
Well, some parts of the Nashville area, maybe
True.
on the lower end of town, if you will. No disrespect, but it could have been some people's rent, but at the same time, I was paying it, and so that's only pretty much the communication she and I had at the time when I was up in Michigan.
And so I'll never forget that day. I was on my break, and I called and I talked to him, and I was like, hey, you got a minute? I said, the Lord put on my heart, this is our son's going to be graduating. This was 2 years ago. So on that day, I said, our son is going to be a senior next year. And how do you feel about, being a part of that, of his senior activities and seeing him graduating, different things like that? Because the Lord knew in my heart that I wanted his father to, be a part of that. It was our only son. We only have one son together, and that is it. And so I was just beginning to pray. And one thing, when I asked you to come and move down here, what did you say? What happened?
Well, when she was asking me to move down here, I was outside of Pontiac. I was in Macomb County, I think it was Macomb Township at the time, and I was actually about to move into a new place, and I was offered at the time a position as an associate pastor at a church congregation. So I'm in between places. I'm doing the whole bachelor thing and enjoying it because I'm about to move into this place, and it was going to be rent free it was like a start over type place. I was going to be in there rent free for a while, while I got adjusted to a new city and working in this church. And it's funny because things happen in God's timing, because I had doubts actually about signing the contract and moving in. Things weren't just running smoothly. And so I knew it was God when she came. I said a quick prayer, knew it was God, answered the call. Long story short, moved in. What did I do? Moved in with my mother for a minute, with my mother and my stepfather for about a week.
A week?
Thank y'all. God bless y'all. For about a week.
I had it
the very next week, and then my son came and got me.
Yeah, we drove all the way to Flint, Michigan. No, that was where was it at? Southfield, Michigan, to go and get, at the time, was not my husband, my son's father. He is my husband now, and to go get him to make sure that he will get the opportunity and the chance to take part in our son's life in his last year of high school, seeing him graduate, seeing him play ball on the court. That was very, very important to me. And so when he moved down here, I was like, okay, God, what you doing? He ended up...
I ended up coming down here.
Yeah, he ended up coming down here.
Working and staying around close to the church. Well, staying at the church. Working.
That's a testimony.
Yeah, that is.
Because mind you, we were not together. And this is a side note for you ladies. We were not together. And there was no way that I was going to allow him to come stay in my house, and we were not married. But God. We're married together now.
So, long story short, just bring things up to speed.
Bring it up to speed.
Came in town, stayed at the church for a little bit. Got a job. Yes, I am a working man. Got a job. Supported our son. He did go into his senior year of high school. He had a successful senior year. Did the whole graduation thing. Was here to support him for all that. The graduation, the prom, and all of that. His basketball season as a senior in high school, where he got all kinds of outstanding awards for academics and athletics. And then, we noticed, I'm talking about Lakeisha and I got closer and closer together as me and my son bonded more.
Yes.
So I say within about a year, just a little past a year of me being here.
Yeah.
We talked about it. And we waited on God, and we actually got married.
We courted.
We did court a while. We did court a while. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave that out.
Yeah. So he didn't spend the night in my house. It wasn't none of that. We weren't going to no hotel. We were saved, y'all. As a matter of fact, I even think we ain't even kiss. How about that?
Yeah, we went on dates and stuff. We went on dates. I did spend a night at her place a couple of times. But
under certain circumstances, with things
I was in the living room on the couch. To make a long story short,
things going on
by myself
at the church.
I was in the living room on the couch by myself,
by himself. It was not going down like that, and so that was the only time. But God is good, and so moving forward,
So we said that to say I was already an ordained minister. Okay, and I got multiple degrees in theology and things like that. And again, it's something how God works things out.
Yes.
Because the way the training that I have in theology, I'm just going back to the spirituality piece right now.
Okay.
The training that I had previously got, just prior to moving down here, I was able to apply it working with her dad and her mom, and along with herself in the church that we have as a family down here. And it's like everything fell right into place as far as me working. I was working security at the time. I went through a couple of other jobs that didn't work out. So I actually had prior experience of working with the youth. I worked with the youth for a lot of years, and after school programs, worked in the school systems. But I liked working security, and I knew it was a steady income. But that down here, separate from, which different from Michigan, I had to go to school to work security down here. So I went to like a 1 week training. It was a lot of fun. Then I had to do it on the job training, so I wasn't getting a full paycheck my first week of actual working in the field. But God is so good.
God is good. He is awesome.
Yeah, most definitely.
He's wonderful.
He taught me to be patient. So I was patient. I worked security a couple of years. But let's rewind a little bit. Back to the part where after being here a year, we got married July 28, 2019. And right before we got married, we got presented by one of the elders in our church.
Yes.
The opportunity to be involved in a company called Legalshield.
And before that, what did we do, babe, before that happened? Where did we go on?
We went on consecration.
We went on a consecration.
So we were close to getting married. And we went on a consecration, meaning that we went into prayer. We went into a consistent prayer.
Yes.
It involved fasting. You got different types of consecration.
Yes.
We involved fasting. It also involved how we usually do it and how we do it as a congregation. So sometimes we'll turn off social media. We don't watch TV for a certain amount of time. So we wanted to hear from the Lord, and we wanted to make sure that the Lord really answer our prayer, and we wanted to be able to hear what the Lord had to say.
Yes.
So with that said, as soon as we finished our consecration, leading into our marriage, we got presented with the opportunity to be, actually it came in the form of an invite to a PBR, private business reception.
Yes, talk about it.
At the place where the elder in the church was staying. It was at his old apartment complex. It was in the community center there. And so they had a private business reception. We went, we were blown away. And during it's funny because I was excited to go to this reception because about 7 years prior, I had tried unsuccessfully to become I became an associate, but it just didn't last that long. It probably lasted about a month or two that I was associated with this particular company. And shout out to Terry Brown, my cousin,
Terry.
my cousin in love, and one of my best friends, from up in Flint, Michigan. He recruited me back in 2012 to be a part of Legalshield.
And it's crazy, babe. Our first marriage when we were younger, I remember going to those PBR meetings, not really clearly understanding what they were talking about, thinking that we wasn't going to need it or anything like that. Like, I remember those times.
And so just to kind of bring things home, bring things together, went to the meeting last year. We were blown away by the presentation. The speakers were phenomenal. It spoke right to us. Actually, when the speakers spoke, it was like God just was speaking right to us through them, in the form of a business opportunity, in the form of a protection plan for our family. So with that said, just before the speaker could get done speaking, my wife was already signing this up.
Right.
Our wife, whoops.
Sorry, y'all.
Can't be playing with the phone while we're doing this.
Right.
It's already late. But my wife was already signing this up. So I'm not going to give you all the ins and outs. This is not that type of video. It's just a quick testimony.
It's a quick testimony.
The day after we got married, because that PBR was about a week before we got married. The day after we got married. And a big shout out to my mom, who I believe she's watching right now. She signed up. We became associates.
We had a honeymoon, y'all.
we became associates and part of and we got the Legalshield plan. All right, protection plan. And the day after we got married,
we went to somebody else's living room. We didn't go on no honeymoon. We went to go hear about some money. Y'all hear me? Some money. And it's all good. Our son went with us. My mother-in-law, my mother-in-law went with us. A couple of
my
cousins.
My mother's first cousin well, actually, she was living in town, but my mother was in town from Southfield.
Yes.
And she signed up. She signed up because she was here to support us at our wedding. And then remember, this was the next day. Then my cousin signed up, got her a membership, and she's still a member today.
Yes.
And then my son became an associate.
Yes.
He's still an associate today.
You remember what he said, baby? What did he say?
He said, well, long story short, he said he wasn't going to let that opportunity pass by. Yeah. He believed I think it was something along the lines of he would have been a fool for letting that opportunity pass by. One of our mentors in the business that gave a presentation that day is a millionaire. Yes. And he gave us a great opportunity to be part of it because we're like right under him as far as being tutored and mentored in the company. And since we've been in it, it's been a little over a year now. Our life has totally changed. Again, we're going places we never been before and making money. We're in charge of our own destiny. Well, we're led by God, but God allowed us through this company to put a dollar amount on what we want to make for our life. So he's allowing us. So like they say, Jesus has taken the wheel, but we sitting right next to him. Or you can say we in the back seat. We somewhere close to him in that ride, and we really enjoying the ride right now. So,
babe, let's talk about this. Me and my husband, we was having an awesome conversation this morning. We took our son to Murfreesboro, and he had a workout section there. And so during that time and during that moment, me and my husband, we were just, kind of just conversating, having husband and wife talk conversation, in the morning. We had nothing to do. And so my husband was just talking, and the Lord just really, really used him. And I was like, wow, babe, that's good. We need to use that. And so let's talk about that a little bit real quick about help me out.
Well,
expressing creativity. creativity.
Well, we took
expressing creativity. There we go.
Okay, we took our son to a workout. He's a basketball player, so we took him to a basketball workout. Don't get look. Don't get your feathers ruffled. It wasn't a lot of people in the gym. He was practicing social distancing. All right,
right.
It was a private workout, so
just a workout.
He got an invite.
So that means they 6 feet apart.
Okay, so long story short, we took him to the workout, and we were just doing some reflection on where we at in our business, and we were doing some brainstorming and everything. Mm-hmm. And me being a minister, I just and having the connection to God that I have, right, and to God be the glory. I believe that God is using us in our business life. Mm-hmm. And I just talked to her because recently, within the last couple of weeks, I stepped down. I was able to step down from my position in working in security. It wasn't easy.
It was not easy, y'all.
Let's go back to that day.
Let's go back.
Following God. God weighted heavy. I know when God's speaking to me because sometimes he'll make my circumstances real. He'll make it real heavy on my shoulders.
Yes.
And it's like I have a weight on my shoulders spiritually. That's how I feel. Like I actually have a weight on my shoulders. Mm-hmm. And he'd be dealing with me some things in that area of my life. And at that time, it was my job. It was my job situation, and it just kept coming up. And God had already spoke to me before we moved to Mount Juliet, where we live at now, outside of Nashville. And I spoke to her before, and I said, God showed me that I wouldn't be at work soon.
You know, I had to pray. I began to fast and pray and see, God, I'm just going to be honest, you all, because, you in that situation, it's uncertain and you don't know where the income's going to come in at. I have to be honest. And so that was me. And it was it was a scary moment for me, a scary situation for me. But as time changed, like God, he really started to reveal and work on me. And man, it's been good. And I'm so glad that, God, he opened up my eyes. I'm so glad that he did it. And to be able to understand my husband's why. I was the first one that came off of my job. And my husband, he supported me.
And God showed me the vision to that too. So
yes, he did, honey. Way before.
And she didn't want to come off her job.
I did not want to come off of my job.
But God showed me the vision, and then we knew, and God confirmed it.
And I'm so glad. And
within a month, God confirmed it. At first, she was saying no, and then God came to her in the dream, and she came to me and said, "Yes, God told me by 2020, I'm gonna be off my job." Yes. So we believe in following the Lord. 2020, she was off her job.
Yes, I was. And to God be the glory.
So going back to what I was saying today. So let's put ourselves in the car today. So I was just going through and we were doing some reflecting and some brainstorming and stuff this morning on the bit regarding our business, our new life and all that. Mm-hmm. And we talked about, I'm not going to tell you everything that God showed me regarding the business, but we're talking about
this life.
One of the reasons why that I'm motivated to do what I'm doing, and one of the reasons why I'm passionate about what I'm doing is because I want to be able to create an opportunity for other people to become entrepreneurs, such as myself. Right. Like I mentioned, I ain't worked in security all my life. I did security work about 4 years. I worked with the youth after school programs, worked in the school system about 16 years. Mm-hmm. I'm telling my age now. That's all right.
Hey.
But before, when I went to college originally, mm-hmm. I studied business administration and business management. So I have a lot of background in business. I knew that God was going to lead me to be an entrepreneur. Right. That's just something he showed me years ago. Mm-hmm. So back to today, I'm brainstorming, I'm talking about it. And I just said, look, when you go to the Bible and you go in the book of Genesis, mm-hmm. and what God have Adam do at the time of creation. Let's go to Genesis chapter 1. God created. You can just go down the list, go down the scriptures in chapter 1. And God created this and God created that. But what did Adam do after Adam was made and formed? He named everything. And I was just telling my wife, Adam named everying. Adam really didn't work hard.
Man.
And I heard another speaker say, who's a multimillionaire and one of the top motivational speakers in the world. I heard him say, rich people, he said wealthy people think, poor people work. Now listen to this. I have nothing against.
That's good, baby.
I have nothing against my training, my upbringing, and people that work.
We're trying to break change.
But what we're trying to do, what we're talking about is God was, so going back to the book of Genesis, God was, this was a time of creativity. And remember, man was formed in what? The image of God. If you've seen some of my Bible studies, we talked about that before. Man was formed in the image of God, but God is a creator. So the book of Genesis teaches about creativity, how it was in the beginning.
Man.
How God intended things to be. So, but remember when Adam and Eve sinned, when they fell out of alignment with God, we still in Genesis, we in chapter 3 now. They fell out of alignment with God. That's when Adam had to work. God said, look, because of that was the consequence of him falling in sin. We know what Adam and Eve did, what they didn't supposed to do.
That's good, baby.
That's when God said, you can go back and backtrack. He said, look, you're going to work from sun up to sundown. And I'm paraphrasing.
He had to work.
That's when Adam really had to work hard. That's when he had to work hard from sun up to what? Sundown. And I'm saying this to say, this is directly connected to who we are. I use the Bible as my blueprint, my foundation.
Yes.
My roadmap. And what I'm saying is I'm very passionate because we're entrepreneurs. It's not as hard being financially free as we thought it would be. A lot of times, the hard thing is what we make on ourselves or what we put on ourselves. That's the hardest part.
That's good,
the fear that people have of stepping out, doing things, stepping out on faith.
Yes.
That's the hard part
that
to
part.
them. But honestly, they make it hard. If you follow God, follow God. Because remember, I had to work too.
Right.
And I worked for a while.
I would say you got to work. If you don't work,
I
you don't
worked
eat.
for a while. The Bible do say if
it's
you don't
how
work,
you work.
You don't eat.
And what you work and who you work for.
Exactly. But and one thing my late grandfather taught me, he owned a couple of bakeries in the city of Flint. He actually is on record, I believe, as the first black certified baker, the first black licensed baker in the state of Michigan. And one thing he told me, he said, son, he said this when I was in my mid-20s. He said, son, you're supposed to get a job to find out how to run a business. That's one thing he taught about me. Because he came from the South. He came from the South during the Jim Crow era. The Jim Crow era. That's when it was segregation going on. And I'm not preaching and teaching segregation, but at the time, blacks had to do something for themselves. If they had to do for self, if they had to survive.
Right. So
I think this is a time. Let's connect that to now. No, this is not the Jim Crow era.
Right.
Yes, blacks have the opportunity to be free.
Yes.
But God wants us to be free all the way around.
Right.
If you want to keep a job, that is totally fine with me. I ain't got nothing against it. I worked for a long time. But God is saying, look, now is the time for us to step up and step out, especially people that look like me. You know, different shades of me. You don't have to be as light as I am. You can be my wife complexion. You can be darker.
Look, caramel.
Look, you can be white. You can be Chinese.
That's right.
You can be Japanese.
That's it.
You can be Native American.
That's it.
It don't matter.
Right.
God is saying now is the time to step out and do what you were called to do.
That's it.
Do what you envision on doing. That
part,
dream,
baby.
It could be that dream that you had when you were a child, that you were a little baby, that you were a toddler, when you were at elementary school, that gift that you had that you wanted to grow up and cultivate when you was in high school. Whatever the original career path you wanted to follow when you went to college. And, you know, because of life influences, you got twists and turns and things like that.
Right.
God is saying, look, to certain individuals, not to every single person. This may not be for you. But to certain individuals that are dreamers, God is saying, look, don't get caught up in the scenario of the circumstances right now.
Right.
Look, one of the things we learned on this past Sunday in our church congregation, God used my wife, and God said, live.
To God be the glory.
Live. Okay, we got to follow. We going to follow the guidelines that the government set in place as far as wearing a mask in certain public areas and all that stuff.
Right.
Okay, let's be wise. Let's be wise. But at the same time, God still wants us to live.
That's right.
He don't want us to go crazy. He don't want to go into panic attack. This is a time, and relating this to what we were talking about, this is a time that the COVID-19 is going on. A lot of people don't know where their income is going to come from.
That's right.
A lot of people been, by the grace of God, people been set at home. People been at home. I had to work most of this COVID-19 time.
Yes, you did.
I was considered, while I was doing security, I was considered as a quote-unquote essential worker.
Yes.
So I was, and actually my job changed. I'm just being real. I'm being real. I'm at home in my house. The job you got
hired for is not the job he ended up doing.
Exactly.
They gave him a whole nother position.
They gave me a whole nother job. They worked me about 10 times as harder, and I got paid not 1 red cent more. But to God be the glory. I did it. I did it diligently. To God be the glory. I got up because I'm a child of God, so I had to represent the kingdom. Yes, I did it, and I did it well.
You did.
But guess what? When God told me a few weeks ago it's time to go, I put in my week's notice and I stepped down, and I did it with a smile on my face.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. Was that Tim? I don't know who that is.
I did it with a smile on my face. So I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say a couple of things. Look, this is a couple of points you can get out of this. This is a good time if you haven't been. Get reconnected. Get acquainted with God.
I went to school with him.
Get acquainted with God.
Yes.
Get reacquainted with God.
Yes.
If you went to church when you were younger and you kind of went your own separate way, hey, look, we ain't throwing stones. And hey, look, we all been through some stuff. We all made some bad choices up in here.
Right.
Okay? But I'm saying this is a time to get reconnected with God. Get acquainted with God. The same God that sent his son, Jesus Christ, to die for us. I'm talking about that God. I'm going to be specific here. And when you get reconnected, acquainted, and if you are, listen to what he has to say.
He's going to direct you.
He will direct your path. He will direct your path. I'm going to let that settle in. He will direct your path. And in doing that, God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. All this got to come into play. Time up for us playing church. I say that from time to time. Time for us playing church. Even street preachers will tell you, or even Facebook preachers will tell you that don't even have a church home. Some of them. We are the church. All right. So if you give your life to Christ. That's what I want people to do. That's what I want everybody to do that haven't done it, and get filled with the Holy Ghost. That's what I want everybody to do. But I'm also going to say, it is time to get reconnected, reacquainted, and listen to what God has to say. Also, we have a business opportunity for you. We have plans available for you.
Financial freedom.
Our community, our black community, the Latino community, the white community, the Native American community, it don't matter. Look, if you from, I don't care, Ethiopia. I know some Ethiopians, y'all.
Look, if you want to make some money and get paid.
If you want to make some money, inbox us. You can look at her link or look at her page. What is it, Lakeisha Ham?
Yeah,
you can go to my page at Rondre Kemp Ham. Go to Messenger, inbox us. Tell us you're interested, and we'll reach out to you. We'll set up a Zoom call. We'll guide you and lead you to some cash flow. We have the experience. We got the connections. We got the resources. I can't make no guarantees for you because it's up to you what you want to do. But if you motivated to take your life to the next level financially,
man, baby,
I'm telling you, it's to the glory of God. I'm humble right now. It's to the glory of God. Reach out to us. Let us know. You want to be an entrepreneur? Let us know. We can show you how to get there.
That's what it's about, y'all. We trying to change the game. We're trying to change the game up here. And not only that, I don't know if my husband, he kind of forgot to talk about it a little bit. I don't know about you. But how many of y'all like trips? Man, babe. Do you remember that the trip that they was talking about? That incentive? Was it in Mexico?
They going over to Mexico.
In January. Look, I'm trying to get there. I don't know about you, but if you want a free trip, all expenses are paid, that's the way to go. So listen, this is our time, and we just wanted to encourage you all, those of you that's looking, that's seeking, trying to make some extra money. You don't know which business, which idea you want to go. Guess what? We can help you. We can help you launch your business with the business that you have. We can help you get that started. If you need LCCs, license, we can direct you into the right path with your own law attorney. Come on, somebody. You ain't got to Google, because I did. I have my own business as well on the outside of this. And oh my goodness, that's a part of a testimony. And I don't even know if I got the right thing because I Googled it and I didn't have a law firm, right?
Look, y'all. We're not gonna hook you up with no get rich quick scheme.
Okay.
We've been trained by a multi-millionaire.
Yes.
For over a year.
What's his name?
His name is Bill
Hampton. Where he from?
He's from
Old Hickory, Tennessee.
And not only that, our direct help. Man. Yes, we have help. He's been doing an awesome job. Clay Nallen. He's been doing an awesome job. And training us how to train entrepreneurs.
Yes.
This is a whole new thing. I remember just, I'll say 5 years of my life. Really since I've been saved. Last 8 years of my life. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been saved for a while. I've been hearing God's going to be doing a new thing. God's been doing a new thing. And guess what?
He's doing it.
He's doing it.
He's doing it. A new thing right now. He can do that same new thing with you. All you got to do is go ahead, inbox us. Matter of fact, do me a favor. Go like our business page, The Dream Team. Go like it. Go share. Look, if you know anybody that have a legal issue, they got a situation, not on just a situation, but to protect your family, tell them to go check our page out. To give us a call, get in contact with us. We are here for you all. We are here for everybody. Like I said, if you at home, you done got laid off, guess what? They saying coronavirus going up. Some more people are still laid off. And while you're at home, you could be making money. You can get your family covered. Call your family members in and say, hey, we can all make money together. Let's make money together. I go up. I'm trying to take the next person up. When you go up, the next person will go up. The next person go up. We all going to make money together and put it back there in that pile. I just want to be a blessing to the next person. I want to just help somebody. I want to help people. What about you? I love helping people. I love giving blessing. I love being a listener here. I love meeting new people. And this is what this business is all about. So if you love people and you want to make some money, inbox us and we will send you the information. We can Zoom call you. It doesn't matter where you are at. You can make this money. We got some money. Baby, what's that, $750 you go manager?
We'll show you how. We can show you how to make. We can show you, just being totally honest, we can show you how to make $750, and I'll be real with you, in 72 hours. In 72 hours, we can show you how to make $750. I'm just throwing a real figure out there.
Those are the figures.
I'm not going to get too deep into it, because I don't want nobody thinking I'm playing, but that's just something small right
It's there. Going on. It's going on.
And we've been making some money for a while.
Yes.
We have some progression to do. Have some progression to do, but at the same time, we enjoying our life right now. God is good. Also, one thing I wanted to talk about real quick. Again, like I said earlier, I have nothing against nobody that want to work a 9-to-5 job or whatever type of job, or just work for somebody else. That's fine. I've done that for years.
Right.
But when God said it's time to step down, it was time to step down. And also, and I'm just saying, just some things to think about. Coronavirus is going on right now. You got different stuffs out there going on right now. There's a lot of racial tension, quote unquote racial tension, going on right now. Let's just not fall for the okie doke.
Right.
But also just be mindful of certain things that are going on right now. We making money sitting at home. We got the opportunity to get paid. I get residual income now. That's a testimony in itself. Yes. I was always the one, it seemed like, give it about 7-8 years ago, the one like, residual income, can you really get that? Now we getting it.
We getting it.
So we making residual income, meaning we get paid in our sleep.
Right.
That's real money.
Money.
That's real money. Just think about it. I know some people, and they're on my prayer list. I know some people that work like 2 9-to-5 jobs or 2 full-time jobs.
Right. That's slavery.
Again, I'm saying that out of love. I'm saying that out of, I know what you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. But we want to be able to offer something out there where people can relax, enjoy more time at home, enjoy more time mingling with other people, enjoy more time with the family, enjoy more time doing the things you always wanted to do, the things that you believe that God called you to do, and you can get paid in the process.
Right. And so, baby, just real quick before we get ready to end, I have to go back and talk about it. Even during the times when my husband, when he was working his job, man, he was just working a 9 to 8 to 4? 8 to 4?
4:30.
4:30, 8 to 4:30 job. And it was Monday through Friday. And then we had the ministry. And then at the time, we only had one car. So, and we stayed maybe about 30 minutes away from where he worked at, mind you. So by the time we get home, it's like 5 o'clock, 6:30.
Then you're dealing with Nashville traffic.
And Nashville traffic. So, that's like an hour before we get home. Then it's dinner time. And then like my husband's like tired. And those of you that don't know, my husband, he loves to go play basketball and he work out. So we have to put that in a schedule. And so then when it's time for husband and wife time, it was like some days it was just like, work, sleep, go back to work. And it was the same schedule. And we really didn't have time for each other or time for our family. And so now, we have that time. And I thank God that we have that time to spend quality time together. And my heart truly, truly goes out to those fathers that's out there that's, that's working 3 or 4 jobs, or even single women that's working 3 or 4 jobs, like you working hard for somebody else when you could be working hard and working for yourself and the money going straight to you. That's my point. That's all that I'm saying. That is our time. God loves you all. We love you. Stay tuned. This will not be our last time going live. This is our first time doing it together. Just a little bit about ourselves, the Dream Team. So like I said, do me a favor. Please like, share the video, go to our business page, the Dream Team / Legalshield, like our page. Please, would you please do that? Like and share, and thank you all for tuning in.